Welcome back. So today I'm going to be looking at the 1-day check for what has happened to our eggs since we have since taken them out of vinegar. And so for the first one I'm going to look at is what happened to our egg when we take it out of the maple syrup. And with this one you want to be very careful because it is very sticky and very messy. But if you look at it very closely, you can see some significant changes since the last time. But you do want to still rinse it off. You still want to dry it off, so be very careful. Try to put it underneath a nice, gentle stream of water. But again, wear your gloves because it is very sticky, and as of course, since I'm mentioning gloves, you should still have on your proper safety attire as the apron, the gloves, and the safety goggles. And then very carefully dry this. It is a little flimsy, but then again, make sure that you record the mass of what your egg looks like after you've dried it, and then get the circumference again. But again, this is only after a 1-day check, so I'm just wanting to see how the egg has changed. So I'm going to go ahead and stick it back in here and see if I can make any more significant changes and check it again on maybe tomorrow and see what's happened. Okay. Now, after touching the maple syrup, I got maple syrup on my hands, so I need to wipe them off real quick and get some, make sure I don't get some contamination going here. And then I'm going to check and see what happens to the egg from the salt water and what has happened to the egg from just water with the blue food coloring. So be very careful again when you take these out. This egg may be a little hard to get out. But this is what the egg after 1 day. This is what the egg looks like after sitting in salt water. So it's still pretty firm on the for squishing. It's not quite as squishy as the other with the maple syrup. So again, be very careful because it is a little hard to grab when you grab out of the cup. But again, set it back in here and we'll let it go again. Yeah. The one that I think is the most impressive other than the maple syrup, and it's just fun, is we took your egg out of vinegar. Okay, so it was a pretty good sized egg. Okay. And then we stuck it into just some water with some food coloring, and now you have a nice pretty blue egg. Okay. Now if you use different food coloring, different colors, you might have a different colored egg. Okay. Again, this is only 1-day trial. The first day, I just want to see what these look like. So I'm going to stick this back in here and let it go another day, and then tomorrow check and see what happens, and then look at getting the circumference in the mass. And for our cup, and I just don't have a spoon, we went ahead and added an egg to pop, and I would do the same thing. Just take it out, see what happens, see what it looks like, and then add it back into some pop, and again for another day, and see if it has changed any. Okay. But let these sit again for another 24 hours and then proceed on with the next part of your experiment. But at least you know what you should be expecting at this point. So good luck.